Hello, welcome to Chapter 12. Today I'm going to combine two lessons. I'm hoping it's not going to be incredibly long. So please watch the whole video. This is really good information, great stuff for you to learn. So first lesson is going to be on polygons. Second lesson is going to be on quadrilaterals. So first let's talk about what is a polygon. A polygon is a closed. Notice how this shape right here, I can get into it. That's called an open shape because it's open. So it has to be closed, so you can't get on the inside of it. And it has to be made up of line segments. So that's, again, pieces of lines. It cannot be a curved. And the line segments cannot cross each other. So notice how these lines cross each other. Not a polygon. Now these are all examples of yes, polygon. This one's not a polygon because curved shapes. This is not a polygon because they're not made of straight lines. And then here we go. One of the polygons that we have is called a quadrilateral. You can classify quadrilaterals using one or more attributes like congruent sides, parallel sides, and right angles. Remember, congruent means exactly the same. Okay, so it cannot be kind of, sort of, a little bit the same. It's got to be exactly the same in order to be congruent. That's why oftentimes when we're measuring and trying to classify shapes, we get our rulers out and we measure to make sure they're exactly the same. So let's get started. Example 1, polygons. The building shown here is the Pentagon. Look at what shape the Pentagon is in. It's a pentagon. This is a famous defense building in Washington, D.C. Describe the sides of the figure formed by the red outline. Does the red outline form a polygon? So this figure has 5 sides. Do the sides ever cross each other? No. So yes, the figure is a polygon. A regular polygon is a polygon with equal sides and equal angles. Okay, so regular is how we describe a square, right? A square is regular. All of the angles are 90-degree angles and all of the sides are equal length. So a square is regular. An equilateral, acute triangle is called a regular triangle because all the sides are the same, all the angles are the same. Okay, so regular is kind of one of those vocabulary words. Congruent sides are equal in length. Congruent angles have the same degree measure. So this is a pentagon. This shape right here is a pentagon. I wish they would have shown it from above. From above, it's a regular pentagon. Determine if the polygon appears to be regular or not regular. Okay, so are all these sides the same? Are all the angles the same? Is this angle congruent to this angle? I'm saying no. Are all 6 sides of the polygon congruent? I mean, it kind of looks to me like this side is longer than this side. I'm going to say no. It is not regular. Do the top and bottom sides appear? No. Why did I write no there? Do the top and bottom sides appear blank than the other sides? The top and bottom sides appear longer than the other sides. So yeah, I think these do appear longer. Are all 6 sides of the polygon congruent? No, so it's not regular. Polygons are a subcategory of two-dimensional figures. A subcategory is a subdivision that common characteristics within a larger category. Okay, so basically these are all polygons. You've heard of these before, right? Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, octagon. They're all types of polygons because they follow that rule of being closed with straight lines, not crisscrossing. So notice regular polygons. Look at this triangle. Equal sides, equal angles. Regular. So this column right here is all the regular polygons. These ones are not regular. If they don't have the exact same size and the exact same angles like this, is a rhombus. So it has equal sides, but are the angles equal? No, so it's not regular. Okay, so triangles have 3 sides, quadrilaterals have 4, pentagons have 5, hexagons have 6, octagons have 8. Draw another polygon that is not regular. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretend these are straight lines, okay? It's kind of hard to do straight lines on an iPad. Hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. And octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So an octagon just is any shape with 8 sides. Hexagon, any shape with 6 sides. Pentagon, any shape that has 5 sides. So they're just talking here which ones are regular, which ones are not regular. Name this polygon and determine if it appears regular or not regular. So this polygon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides. The sides appear to be equal. No, what's our word we're using? Congruent. Sides appear to be congruent. So that means this shape is an octagon. Okay. This shape is a hexagon, 6 sides. Hexagon, and we just call it a regular hexagon. That's kind of what we call it. This is a triangle. 3 sides, triangle. This is not regular. Okay, fill in each blank with the correct words, complete each sentence. A polygon is a closed figure made up of line segments that do not cross each other. A regular polygon is a polygon with congruent sides and congruent angles. What's congruent mean? Exactly the same. For exercises 5 through 7, use this tanagram. Which of the polygons appear to be regular? D. D appears to be the only one that's regular to me. It seems like all the triangles are isosceles triangles. 2 sides are the same, third one's longer. Which of the polygons? I would say polygon D. Okay. That looks like the only one to me. I'm going with that. What of polygons are represented in the tanagram? Triangle. Let's do this. Let's do triangle. Which ones are triangles? A, B, E, G, and C. A, B, E, G, C. And then D and F are quadrilaterals, because they both have 4 sides. Quadrilaterals are D and F. Okay, I know you're probably going to be like, oh, Miss Hamer, D is a square, D is a square, F is a parallelogram. We're not there yet. Currently, we're just looking at them as a polygon. Okay, so which ones have 3, 4, 5, and 6? Okay, let's look at the number 7. Congruent figures have the same size and shape. Which polygons appear to be congruent? I would say, looks like polygon A is congruent to B, and then I would say C is congruent to E is what it appears to me. C is congruent to D. Oh, not D, E. To E. Okay. Name the polygons used to form the front and sides of the tent shown. Well, isn't that lovely that I cut it off? It's appearing to me, if they're regular or not, it's appearing to me like we've got a triangle. It looks to me like, I mean, I could go either way from what I'm seeing on my screen. You might disagree with me because you can see the whole thing. I'm going to say triangle looks like it could be regular. So really we would write a regular triangle. And then it appears that the yellow side's a quadrilateral. It appears to be more of a rectangular shape, so that means it's not all four sides are congruent, so it's not regular. And I'm sure some of you are going to be like, oh, Mrs. Hamer, can I just write NR for not regular? Nope, we can spell out whole words here now, so let's do that, please. Number 9, justify conclusions. Hector states that the figure to the right is a polygon that is not regular. Do you agree with Hector? No, it is not formed by line segments. There are no line segments. If there were line segments, we would have points at each vertex that it would come to, and this is all curvy. There's no start and finish to any of the lines, it just kind of curves around. Not a polygon. Okay, which of these following figures is a polygon? Let's look. Curved lines, open. I can get in right here. So C is the only polygon right there. All right, let's go on to quadrilaterals, my fave. Okay, Trina cut out polygon mats to use for her travel photos. Use the figures below to determine the missing attributes of each type of quadrilateral. Okay, so this is similar to the one that I always do. Mine's kind of more of like a chart, but this one works too. So a trapezoid, we kind of have our quadrilaterals here. We have got two options. We can go this way to trapezoid that has one pair of opposite sides that are parallel. Exactly. Okay, so sometimes we have things where it's like, oh, it's got one. Well, then that means that parallelograms are also trapezoids because they have one pair of opposite sides that are parallel. Nope, has to have exactly. Underline that word there. So from quadrilateral, we can go to trapezoid that has one pair of parallel opposite sides that are parallel. Or we can go down here to parallelogram that has two quadrilateral with opposite sides congruent and two pairs of parallel sides. Opposite. How are we supposed to fit that in that tiny little space? Come on, book. Oops. OPPOSITE, sides that are parallel, opposite parallel sides. We'll just call it that. Okay. So, ready? We could go to trapezoid that has one set of parallel sides or parallelogram that has two sets of parallel sides. Then we kind of branch off again to our friend the rectangle over here that has four right angles. Or we could branch over here to this rhombus guy that has four sides that are congruent, which means exactly the same. Okay, and after we do that, then we can kind of branch back together because the square has to follow the rules for the rectangle and the rhombus. And so it has to have four sides congruent, four right angles. A square has the attributes of a rectangle and a rhombus. Okay, so there we go. This is what we got for our how to remember how to classify quadrilaterals. Okay, please keep referring back to that last page as we're doing these. So one side of the Realia building in Madrid, Spain is shown at the right. Okay, describe the attributes of the quadrilateral, then classify it based on its attributes. Attributes are just characteristics, right? So an attribute of mine would be blue eyes, curly hair, right? Those are kind of my characteristics. So we're going to look at this shape right here. This quadrilateral has opposite sides that are parallel. Parallel, I'm just going to write parallel. It's not really a complete sentence, but opposite sides are parallel, right? This side is parallel to this side. It's never going to touch, equal distance apart. And then we have this side and this side, equal distance apart. So opposite sides are parallel and congruent, right? The opposite sides are congruent. So it is a parallelogram. Parallelogram. Here we go. Describe the attributes of the quadrilateral below, then classify the quadrilateral based on its attributes. The opposite sides of the quadrilateral are parallel and congruent. There are 4 right angles, so this quadrilateral is a rectangle. Right? Same old rectangle you've always known and loved. It's just good to know the attributes of that we classify each one with. Because I always go back to this. I've seen this question on Scantron test, and what it says is, okay, click on, I have to be careful how I say this, click on the rectangle. And it shows a shape that's like this. And then it shows a shape that's like this. This is supposed to be a square, by the way. Okay, so squares are rectangles. But a lot of kids will click on this one because it's a little bit longer and that's what they're used to seeing. So if we only know what we're used to seeing, then we can't really classify these shapes. We have to know what constitutes each one for each shape. Like how do we know it's that, right? And so we know that a square is a rectangle because what does it have to be in order to be a rectangle? Let's just read it. Opposite sides are parallel and congruent. Is that a square? Yeah. Are there 4 right angles? Yeah. So squares are rectangles. Okay. Are all rectangles squares? No. Okay, I'm telling you, it's kind of tricky, but if we know that previous page that we were just working on that tells us what are the attributes of each one, this will be easy. Okay, so let's see down here below. The design below is made up of repeating quadrilateral. Describe the attributes of the quadrilateral, then to classify the quadrilateral as based on its attributes. Okay, the quadrilateral has 4 congruent sides. Okay, opposite sides are parallel and congruent, so the quadrilateral is a rhombus. Alrighty, tell me why a square is a special kind of rectangle. So a square is a rectangle, but it has to have equal sides, right? The only defining characteristic between a square and a rectangle is that a square has equal sides, a rectangle doesn't have to. Okay, describe the attributes, then classify. So this has 1 set of parallel sides. So this is a trapezoid. Okay, this little guy here, 4 90-degree angles. Opposite, 2, well, let's just write opposite sides are parallel and congruent. So this is a rectangle. If we're trying to be more specific, right? Okay, so here it says circle the quadrilaterals that have all the attributes of a rectangle. So let's remember, what are the attributes of a rectangle? 4 90-degree angles, opposite sides that are parallel. Okay, do rhombus have to have 4 90-degree angles? Nope. Do squares? Yes. Do parallelograms? No. Do trapezoids? No. So squares and squares have all the attributes of a rectangle. That's why a square is a rectangle. Said that kind of funny, but it's a rectangle. Okay, so here we have name the quadrilaterals that have the given attributes. Opposite sides that are parallel. Okay, so that would be parallelogram. Also rhombus, RHOMBUS. Also rectangle. Also square. They all have this attribute. They have other ones, right? But they all follow this attribute. 4 right angles would just be rectangle and square. Exactly 1 pair of opposite sides that are parallel, just our friend the trapezoid. Okay, is it possible to draw a quadrilateral with 4 congruent sides that is not a parallelogram? 4 equal sides that is not a parallelogram. Okay. 1, 2. Well, I'm saying no. It's not possible because it would have to be, what are the 2 shapes? 2 quadrilaterals that have equal sides? It would have to be a rhombus or a square, and they are both parallelograms. I really had to think about this one, you guys. I thought, maybe if I did this or if I did that, and every time I came back to it, it was a rhombus or it was a square. So, there we have it. Let's go to the last page here. Question 8. Write a real-world problem that involves classifying quadrilateral. Here's my real-world problem. What type of quadrilateral can be used to describe the shape of your computer screen? A rectangle. The screen is a parallelogram with 4 right sides. Oh, 4 right angles. So there's my real-world problem that I'm going with. Okay, fill in each blank with the correct term or number to complete each sentence. A rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly 1 pair of parallel sides. Which statement about the figures shown is true? Okay, let's check out the figures first. Figures K and N are rectangles. Figures L and N are quadrilaterals. L is not a quadrilateral. That'd be a triangle. Figures K and N are parallelograms. That is true. Figures M and N. M is not a parallelogram because it is a trapezoid. It only has 1 set of parallel sides. These 2 sides are not parallel. So if you extended them, look at that. They crisscross. They are not equidistant apart. So our answer is C. Figures K and N are parallelograms. You did it. Here we go. Thanks for watching till the very end. And I will see you later. Bye.